people have seen their wrestlers finish their matches and head out. So let's go ahead and tell you about our results at 215 pounds in Class A. Your state champion, Michael Seidel of Lincoln Pius, wins 5-4 over Joel Kelp of Millard North. In Class B, your state champion, Cameron Brown of Plattsmouth, gets a first period pin over Mitch Zook of Kozad. Class C, Jake Smith of Bennington becomes a two-time state title finalist and state champion by winning 8-1 over Connor Harper of Arlington. In Class D, Scott Meyer of Howells hangs on for an 8-7 victory over Bronson Susi of Cambridge, and Meyer, a two-time state champion. Now let's take a look at your championship matches in 275 pounds. In Class A, Aaron Terry of Omaha North meets Ricky Henry of Omaha Burke. Class B, it'll be Robert Worley of Waverly meeting Dennis Bergland of Plattsmouth. Class C, Shawn Meyer of Plainview faces Nathan Loberg of North Bend Central. And in Class D, Taylor Escamilla of Archbishop Bergan takes on Patrick Fletcher of Shelton. Now let's take a look at that Class A match. Should be a great one, with Aaron Terry of Omaha North, 27-1, a senior. And you got Ricky Henry of Omaha Burke, 33-2, a senior. Henry was the state runner-up last year at this weight class. Aaron Terry ranked #1 coming in. So quite a matchup between those two.
Well, they've split this year. They're 1-1 against each other. Aaron Terry won the last one. That's why he's got the #1 ranking over Henry, #2. Those two wrestlers have wrestled each other 6 times, and it's split 3-3. So I'm guessing it's going to be another close one.
In Class D, we could have, don't be surprised if we see a pin. Both wrestlers have pinned their way to the championship. 6 pins between the two. And right now it looks like
Taylor Escamilla
of Archbishop Bergan is going to get the takedown and start working on Patrick Fletcher of Shelton. Again, Fletcher with only 1 loss on the year. Escamilla unbeaten as a junior, so a pretty good battle going on between those two.
Escamilla was the runner-up last year at heavyweight. I tell you, he's one of the most impressive heavyweights in the state from what I've seen of him so far this weekend. Again, you got the big Ricky Henry of Omaha Burke, a Nebraska football recruit. He's 2-time All-State football player. He's got 2 pins and a major on his way to the finals. Aaron Terry, the Northwest Missouri State football recruit.
Meanwhile, in Class C, you've got Shawn Meyer of Plainview coming in at 37-2. He had 2 pins, but then needed an overtime win over the #1
Taylor
ranked Greg
Escamilla
Steffies.
has got Patrick Fletcher in trouble, and I don't think he's going to be able to get out of this one, and no, he's not. So we've got a champion already in Class D. Taylor Escamilla of Archbishop Bergan caps a perfect season, 33-0.
And pins his way all the way through the state tournament. And in Class B, still no score between Robert Worley of Waverly.
And Bergland's close to getting a takedown on the edge. Bergland of Plattsmouth.
Bergland only has 1 loss. Meanwhile, Worley in the quarterfinals upset unbeaten Jake Rogers of Scotts Bluff, and then had a 2-1 overtime win over the 3rd-ranked wrestler in the semifinals. So he's had some tough matches.
Yep, he beat Andy, and in the semis it was Andy Todasek of Omaha Gross that he beat, and that was an upset as well. Again, Worley, basically, he's got a great record, 35-4, but he came in unranked.
That's because there are so many good wrestlers in that class. Like I said, Bergland only has 1 loss. He's ranked #1, and he's had 2 pins so far in the state tournament. Meanwhile,
those two have met 3 times this year, with Bergland coming out on top. You know, Worley's got 4 losses, and 3 of them are to Bergland.
Meanwhile, no score in Class A yet, and no score in Class C. Again, in C, it's Shawn Meyer of Plainview against Nathan Loberg of North Bend Central. Meyer of Plainview, I was starting to mention, got an overtime victory in the semifinals over Greg Steffies of Hershey, who was unbeaten, but got beat by Meyer in that overtime match.
Loberg cut Meyer loose there for the escape, so Meyer leads 1-0. We've got a, looks like blood timeout in Class A. Aaron Terry.
And Worley now leading it 2-0 in Class B over Bergland and Plattsmouth, so he's trying to get another upset. He has really been tough.
What a story that would be.
They have about 20 seconds to go, first period in Class B. They're in the 2nd period in Class C with that 1-0 lead now for Shawn Meyer of Plainview.
That first takedown is always critical, especially in matches this tight. Bergland almost gets the escape. Worley does a nice job of bringing him back down to the mat. He's going to probably be able to ride him out here, take a 2-0 lead into the second period. We're starting the second period. We're still at 0, but well, we got another blood timeout for Aaron Terry.
We're down to a minute to go, second period in Class C between Shawn Meyer and Nathan Loberg. Loberg with the black and orange singlet. Meyer of Plainview with the silver and red. And
there's a double stall warning. Official Shane Strobel felt neither one of them was working to improve his position. Oh!
Class A action.
There's an escape by Aaron Terry in Class A. He started on bottom, got up to his feet, and Ricky Henry held onto a single and kicked his bottom foot out straight to Aaron Terry's back. They scramble a little bit. Terry able to get the escape. So now he leads 1-0, but we're going to have another blood stoppage over there.
Meanwhile, in Class B, it's still a 2-0 lead for Robert Worley, but there's a reversal and a tied match now between Worley and Bergland. Bergland with a nice reversal to tie it up 2-2 with a minute 20 to go second period, and now trying to tilt him over for some back points. And nice pirouette by Worley to avoid the back points.
Bergland trying to match his workout partner Cameron Brown's effort in the 215-pound final, where Cameron Brown fell behind early but came back for the win.
We're going to go to third period in Class C with a 1-0 lead for Shawn Meyer of Plainview. And keep in mind, I believe you said both wrestlers were warned for stalling.
Yes,
there,
they
so
were.
That could be very important in that third period.
Boy, we've got a these two are going at it in that Class A match.
No, it is a 1-0 score.
1-0 for Aaron Terry.
Yep.
It was his choice in the second period. It'll be Ricky Henry's choice should we get to the third period.
And there's
a stall warning against Bergland in Class B. Again, that match tied 2-2. That could be crucial coming down to the last of this match.
And I think we'll have the stoppage again, this time for Worley.
This is an injury timeout. It's not a blood timeout.
Meanwhile, we're in the third period in Class C. Tied 1-1, minute 28 to go in that match. Just remind you, earlier in Class D, Taylor Escamilla got a quick pin over Patrick Fletcher of Shelton to win the state title in Class D in the unlimited weight class.
Again,
well, it isn't unlimited, I'm sorry, 275.
1-1 in Class C, and both wrestlers have been warned for stalling. They got about a minute and a half to go in that match. We're taking another blood timeout there, another blood timeout in Class A. Minute and 7 seconds to go in the second period in Class A. They're on their feet. Aaron Terry leads 1-0 there. Not sure what the holdup is right now in Class B with that match tied at 2 in the second period.
I'll tell you, that Bergland is big. I mean, you look at him, he's just tall. He's big all the way around. He's a big kid. And
a little pummeling for position in Class A between Terry and Henry.
Down to a minute 20 in Class C now, tied 1-1 as they go into the last minute 20 of the third period. And now a 1-point escape for Robert Worley of Waverly in Class B to take the lead. 20 seconds to go in the second period there. And we're still a 1-0 lead for Ricky Henry in Class A in the
25 seconds in the second period left for Class A. 13 seconds in second period of B. Worley leading there again, 3-2. Another stoppage in C.
And there's Bergland almost able to snap him down.
Ricky Henry, or not, excuse me, Aaron Terry from Omaha North. Looks like he thought he was going to take an injury timeout there, but he likes to get up and continue. Again, if you take an injury timeout once, if you take a second injury timeout, your opponent gets his choice of position. And if you're in a tight match, he could take down, get an escape, win the match. So you got to be careful to take when taking those injury timeouts, and that rule was installed to basically stop guys from taking phony injury timeouts to catch a breath.
We're in the third period now in Class B between Robert Worley of Waverly trying to complete the Cinderella story. But as Bergland trails it, Dennis Bergland, ranked #1 coming in, and trails it 3-2. Robert Worley has beaten an unbeaten wrestler and a third-ranked wrestler and trying to knock off #1 with Bergland.
Terry takes down, or excuse me, Ricky Henry takes down in the third period in Class A, gets the escape in about 2 seconds, and they're tied at 1. A takedown will win that match. Ricky Henry's got a body lock on him. He's got Terry in trouble. Terry able to back away. Still tied 1-1 there. Now an escape in Class B by Worley of Waverly. He leads 4-2 over the #1 ranked Bergland.
And they're down to 1:03 to go in that Class B match in the third period. So Worley doing everything he can. Oh, Bergland slips in but can't get the leg. I thought Bergland might have a chance for a takedown.
Worley, talk about the Cinderella story coming into this tournament.
Meanwhile, they still had that blood stoppage going on in Class C. Somebody's bleeding very profusely. That appears to be Shawn Meyer of Plainview. He's really bled quite a bit, and they've got to get that stopped for him to get back out there.
Down to the final minute 14 in Class A. Ricky Henry of Omaha Burke had another body lock pretty tight on Henry, but took him down, but they were too far out of bounds, so we're still tied 1-1 over there in Class A.
They're going to try to get things back underway in Class C. Again, we're tied 1-1, 54 seconds to go third period. So that's a pretty tight match between Shawn Meyer of Plainview, Nathan Loberg of North Bend Central. And they are just fighting for position right now. And now we have a stoppage again over in Class B.
Not sure if we've had any stalling calls in that Class A match yet either. So.
We're down to 30 seconds now in Class C.
There's a little
tied 1-1.
Throw by attempt by Henry.
And now back underway in Class B. 53 seconds to go. 4-2. Worley trying to hang on to Bergland. Bergland doing everything he can to try to get the escape. And Worley's
got a half sunk pretty deep. He's got Bergland in trouble. No! Bergland rolls him through to tie it up. Gets the reversal. It's 4-4.
And he just about turned Worley over. Now Worley trying to battle back. Sit down, sit down. He's trying to turn into him. Here comes Worley.
He's going to get the escape. Oh, he's going to get a takedown and near fall.
And it looks like Worley's going to do it. 20 seconds to go. Meanwhile, we're in overtime in Class C now. Overtime between Meyer and Loberg.
What a win by Worley. He might get the fall. There's a lot of time left. There it is.
Whoa, Robert Worley is your state champion. Meanwhile, we're in overtime in Class C between Meyer and Loberg, tied 1-1.
Now, Terry's taking injury timeout. It's a good thing he didn't take that one in the second period because it would have been Henry's choice here. That match is still tied 1-1. I think just a few seconds left in the third period. They'll be going into overtime in that one as well, probably. 15 seconds left in overtime in Class C between Meyer of Plainview and Loberg of North Bend Central. Of course, Loberg's brother Jake was a two-time state champion. Or Zach, I'm sorry, we're not Jake, Zach Loberg. Two-time state champion, now wrestles for Dana College in Blair.
They are going to go to the second overtime now in Class C. Didn't see was Dana ranked?
Yeah, I believe they are ranked in #1 in NAIA right now. They did win the national duels this year, along with UNO, who won the Division II national duels.
Here we go. Shawn Meyer of Plainview will take the bottom position. He needs to get an escape to win.
Loberg gets high, and Shawn Meyer of Plainview gets the escape. 5 seconds to win. We've got one match to go in this 2006 Nebraska State Wrestling Tournament, and it's going to go overtime as well between Ricky Henry of Omaha Burke and Terry of Omaha North, all tied up at 1, going into overtime. 1 minute to go on their feet.
So very happy Shawn Meyer of Plainview able to get an escape very quickly. He went to work and was able to do it.
Now, Ricky Henry's going to have to be the aggressor here because Terry scored first. He won the toss in the second period, so he got the first escape point. So it'll be his choice if they should happen to go into double overtime.
45 seconds to go. in this overtime period.
We've got another stoppage here.
And they're looking for blood again. Well, we had 2 pins at this 275-pound weight class. Taylor Escamilla of Archbishop Bergan got a pin very quickly as he pinned his way through the state tournament to win the championship. In Class B, Robert Worley at Waverly, again, got to tell that story. He beat an unbeaten wrestler in the quarterfinals, and Jake Rogers of Scotts Bluff, and then won 2-1 in overtime over the 3rd-ranked wrestler in the semifinals, and then comes into the final against the top-ranked wrestler, Dennis Bergland of Plattsmouth, and pins him. So just quite a story for Robert Worley of Waverly. And we're back into action now in Class A with 36 seconds to go in this overtime period. Tied 1-1. Either wrestler gets a takedown, they win. And right now,
there's a body lock attempt by Aaron Terry.
They're both up.
Both wrestlers real close to scoring there. Terry tries to throw. Henry counters it. Now this must be blood. Another blood timeout. Looks like they're working on Ricky Henry of Omaha Burke. Again, it's going to, if they go into double overtime, it's going to be Aaron Terry's choice because he scored the first escape, which gives him the option in double overtime. He can take down or he can take on top.
And I'll just
there's a look at Curly Alexander, former coach, still helps out at Omaha North. He likes to tell people he's retired, but he's still down there in the corner every year.
Down to 20 seconds to go now in this first overtime. And again, trying to get a throw was Aaron Terry. Just couldn't quite do it. I'll just let the Creighton basketball fans know everybody will be cleared out in time for that 11 o'clock game tonight here at the Quest Center. Creighton's playing basketball yet tonight at 11 o'clock tonight.
I think I might have to record that when I'll be sleeping.
I just hope I'm home by
3 days in the Quest Center was enough for me.
And a penalty call, and that's going to end it.
And that must be, I'm not sure if there was a stalling call. And there's an unsportsmanlike call against Aaron Terry as well. He wasn't real happy with the decision. And there's your state champion, Ricky Henry of Omaha Burke.
Strange way to end the tournament, but nonetheless, that's the way it ends. So officially it ends 2-1 in overtime. Ricky Henry of Omaha Burke winning it over Aaron Terry of Omaha North.
Can't say that I necessarily disagree with the call. Ricky Henry was definitely the aggressor through most of that match.
Let's take a look now at the results at the 275-pound weight class in Class A. Your state champion again, Ricky Henry of Omaha Burke, wins it 2-1 in overtime over Aaron Terry of Omaha North. In Class B, Robert Worley of Waverly wins by pin over Dennis Bergland of Plattsmouth. Class C, your state champion, Shawn Meyer of Plainview, wins in double overtime, 2-1 over Nathan Loberg of North Bend Central. And your Class D 275-pound champion, Taylor Escamilla of Archbishop Bergan, with a pin over Patrick Fletcher of Shelton. And that's going to wrap up our competition, but we're going to have the medal presentation coming up right after this on NET Sports.
This program is brought to you by the Nebraska Soybean Checkoff. Soy biodiesel is a soy-based, clean-burning, renewable fuel that can be blended with petroleum diesel to reduce America's dependence on foreign oil. Soy biodiesel, making a difference for Nebraska's soybean farmers and you.
Programming is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 15 years, Education Quest has offered free college planning services. These services include scholarship searches, student loan information, college selection, and help with completing financial aid application. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments are available at 800-666-3721.
All across the state, Nebraskans use electricity every day. And that electricity is 100% publicly owned. So profits don't go to stockholders, but are returned to Nebraskans. And because the power is supplied to Nebraskans by Nebraskans, it's reliable. Always there when you need us. NPPD, together with your local public power utility.
Funding for this program is provided in part by the Quest Centre of Omaha, featuring Black Watch, the sounds of Scotland blended with traditional dance and costumes. Black Watch Pipes and Drums, February 19th at 3 o'clock. For ticket information, questcenteromaha.com.